Hey guys, welcome to this video. This is going to be discussing Rassie Erasmus's first team choice, which he announced today. 7 new caps to face Wales in Washington. The Boks are on their way there. They're about to board the plane and they're carrying the hopes of a nation. Pieter-steph will captain the side. A very young side, a very inexperienced side. So let's have a look at the side that Rassie Erasmus picked and discuss it as a litmus test for the strength and depth of South African rugby. I think we've got to realize we've got about 400 players playing overseas now at the moment. Only 5 of them in the squad, and not one of them is going overseas now. This is literally a South African-based squad, a young, exciting squad, if you want to look at it that way, but a very inexperienced squad. I think the one thing we have to look at is that the fact that we're not quite sure how this team's going to play. We're not quite sure the rugby that Rassie wants to play. Although having watched him over the years, I think there will be some innovative stuff as well. I think it'll be a very attacking style. And I think, they need to use their substitutes quite well. I think the problem they have there is, one, they're already at a disadvantage. Leaving on a Wednesday night, to go all the way to America, jet lag, those sort of factors, it's going to catch them in the second half. And they're playing a Welsh side that's already in America at the moment. So, they've been there preparing, waiting for the Boks. They've got 20 of their 31 on this tour. Warren Gatland has said will be probable starters for the World Cup next year. So, if you look at that, we're facing a very strong Wales side. Our history is not great against Wales in recent times. We've lost the last 2 against them. And, just how they're going to play is anybody's guess. And I think, but looking at the side that Rassie's picked, the first thing you've got to realize is this is a side that is not a B team. I think I want to stress that, because if you look at the players there, I think that's where we stand in South African rugby. We've got to be honest with ourselves. We've got so many players playing overseas that to pick a side that's experienced and full of test caps is going to be difficult. We've got a team of youngsters, exciting guys who I think next year in the World Cup, this is the eye is on this World Cup. If you look at some of the choices that he's made, and we're going to see it in that context, in that filter. We're 15 months away from the World Cup now at the moment. So would it be, I know we all always want to win a test match, and I'm sure Rassie, and he said it quite clearly, he wants to win all these tests in June now. But we've got to look realistically. We're 15 months away from a World Cup. Clearly what we've had in the last 2 years hasn't worked. I'm not saying all the players are bad, I'm not saying individuals are bad, but clearly the system hasn't worked. So instead of reinventing the wheel, be bold. And go with youngsters who've performed in Super Rugby, guys who've really stood out, and guys who you believe will be there for the next 5-6 years. We forget that Rassie has a 6-year contract, and obviously he's looking at some of these guys, the likes of Embrose Papier, for instance, who will be there hopefully for the whole time period that he's there. With that in mind, let's have a look at the squad he's picked. We've got Kerwin Bosch at fullback, Travis Ishmael with the Bulls, and Makazole Mapimpi on the other wing. Very exciting back 3 for them. Kerwin Bosch is good under the high ball. Maybe a question mark on his defence, but I think he's a classy player, and you'll find he's been working on it a lot. So I hope that's not an issue anymore. Travis Ishmael's great under the high ball, hard worker on the field. Maybe not as flashy as some other wings, but really a hard worker on the field. Travis is also celebrating his birthday on the match day, so let's hope it's a big game for him. And Makazole Mapimpi, he deserves a chance. He's performed well, top scorer in Super Rugby last year, top scorer in Pro 14 Rugby. He's a finisher. There's question marks about his defence as well, but you know what, he's such an exciting player. I don't think anybody says he shouldn't get a chance. And then we look at the centres. Jesse Kriel's having an amazing Super Rugby season. He's really like the Jesse Kriel of old, the guy who burst onto the scene. Andre Esterhuizen deserves a chance as well. Big, strong running centre. They play together at SA Under-20, of course. And they definitely a pairing that should be interesting to watch. Both big, strong boys, and I think a lot of the attack will go through the midfield there. Elton Yankees at fly half, of course. Elton's redemption. He hasn't played his best rugby at Springbok level. I think he'll be looking to prove a point, especially with Andre Pollard and Robert du Preez in the mix now at the moment. And then Ivan van Zyl, who's a highly rated young scrum half as well. He's the guy Fourie du Preez picked as his number 9 for the World Cup next year. It'll be interesting. He's got a great box kick, crisp pass, and really is a talented youngster. I'm really looking forward to seeing him play. Let's move to the forwards. And like in any game, this is where the game's won and lost, guys. This pack needs to dominate. They need to be the guys who come up tops in the physical stakes, and that's where we've got an advantage. But Wales have been doing well in the last couple of seasons, up front, and they'll be looking to move the ball away from the box at this area, because this is probably one of the areas where the box should be strongest in this game. It's a very interesting loose trio that we've selected. Opa Mahoja at 7, Kwagga Smith at 6, and Dan Dupree at 8. All three great individual players in their own right, all three very physical, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Kwagga Smith can do on the field. I really hope he's going to have a great debut. We expect a lot from him on Saturday, and yeah, Dan Dupree is going to bring the physicality there. That's why he's there. At lock, pieter-steph du Toit captaining the side. A lot of responsibility on his shoulders, a lot of pressure on him. But he plays also like a hybrid lock flank. So it'll be interesting to see how he's going to operate. He's obviously a key man in that pack. A lot of experience there. And Jason Jenkins, who's really deserved a shot, played well for the last couple of years, and really deserves a shot for the box right now. So I reckon that's the engine room. We should get enough ball, secure enough ball there. Breakdown's going to be interesting. Kwagga is going to be key at the breakdown. And then the front row is also a key area. We've selected a very mobile front row. Wilco Low, Chili Boy Rodapele, and Oxenche. All three of them great with the ball in hand as well, and they're going to have to do a good job on the scrumming as well. But I can see Oxenche hopefully getting a couple of runs in that game. All in all, I think it's a team that's very mobile. It's a team that's primed to attack. It's a team primed to play some running rugby. So hopefully we'll see a good festival of rugby. And hopefully we get a couple of stars. They lay down the marker there for the Springboks. And we see how Rassie wants to play. So I'm looking forward to the game. I think it's going to be a great game. I think the Boks are probably at a disadvantage. Wales should start as favourites. But yeah, let's see. I think it's going to be an interesting one. Finally, some exciting names on the bench. Robert Dupree looking to get his first cap. Warwick Kalonzo is going to be unleashed in the second half. That'll be great to see, hopefully. Emrose Papier, who has got a big task on his shoulders coming on in that second half as well. Aka van der Merwe, we're all looking forward to seeing the angry Warthog. And if he can do some of his heroics like we know in Super Rugby, I think it's going to be great to watch as well. And of course, it will be interesting to see the likes of Sikombuzo Noche and Marvin Uri come on as well. Both of them with interesting selections as well. I think they've got a point to prove as well. Stephen Kitsoff will give some experience there, and the Ginger Ninja is definitely a guy that you want to come off the bench at some point in the game. And all in all, a very young side, a very exciting side, a side that can really unleash themselves if they get into gear, but a very inexperienced side. I think there's an average of 8 caps at the back, 10 up front, so it's not a lot of experience as well, and they're going to have their work cut out for them. Test rugby is of course not Super Rugby, but it depends how they approach it, depends who wins the breakdowns, the key area points in the game. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really hoping this team clicks into gear. South African rugby definitely needs it. Tell me what you think, of course. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on the team. Who would you like to see there? Of course, you can work out who's going to probably play next week by the guys staying back here. But yeah, let me know. Let me know. Did you like the team? Do you like what Rassie's going to do? Where do you see as the weak points? Of course, and remember to press the button down below to subscribe. You'll see a lot more rugby videos. Give your comments. I'm really enjoying some of the comments so far. And I'll be back after the game with a post-match pint to tell you my thoughts on the game as well. But thanks for watching this, guys. And yeah, see you soon. Cheers. Go Bokke!